I'm now recording the meeting and I'm going to get started. So hello, my name is Jacqueline Collett. I'm going to be the instructor for this course. So I've been teaching at Chandler Gilbert for quite a few years, been teaching online for a little while too. So I'm perhaps more used to it than some of you may be, but I'm here to help you get through it. So what I'm going to do is kind of essentially orient you to class, kind of what to expect from class. And a lot of you have already been in Canvas and kind of navigating through it, but I just want to make sure you know sort of the layout and the expectations of this course. So I will start sharing my screen and stop my video just to make things a little easier. So this is our Canvas course. You will start to navigate through the Getting Started module. And in the Getting Started module, you will see this schedule. So the schedule is the thing that I recommend sort of keeping as your master document because it lays out all of the assignments for the course and when they're due. So the general layout of our course is assignments are due Wednesdays and Sundays at 11 p.m. and that's Phoenix time. So each Wednesday and Sunday, you'll have a Nearpod. These are lectures. So Nearpod is an interactive platform where you can look at slides, listen to my voice, watch videos, answer questions, but it's my way of delivering the lectures. The BioBeyond Learn space is where we're going to be completing laboratory assignments. So this is where you get to go on like 3D simulations and field trips all over the world to explore concepts of biology. And we also have at-home lab activities or class discussions. You'll only have one or the other for the most part. And these are not terribly time intensive. So I expect they'll take around 30 minutes or so. So navigating back to our course, the first thing you'll want to do is actually change your notification settings. So if you go under your account in Canvas, go to notifications, you'll want to make sure that announcements are sent to your email immediately along with submission comments. So you'll want to change that to the check mark for yours. The reason is on all of your assignments, the way I provide feedback is through the comment section. So you want to make sure that you're seeing those, and any sort of emergency or time intensive thing, I'm going to post as an announcement. So you'll want to just make sure that you change that. So once you've done that, you'll want to make sure that you complete the Getting Started module. So go through all of this material. It's basically just introducing you to what we're using, so Nearpod and BioBeyond. You will need a webcam for comprehension assessments, and if you're joining in on these live meetings so we can see your face. So those comprehension assessments, there are a total of 4. And that's the only thing that you need the webcam for. They're kind of like mini exams. So you'll need those, the webcam and the lockdown browser to take those mini exams. A lockdown browser basically means that it's going to lock you into Canvas and you can't open up other windows or web browsers. And the webcam is to make sure that you don't have any extra material in front of you. So once you complete your Getting Started module, our first Nearpod is this first lesson Nearpod is this Welcome to Bio 100, and you'll complete that as well. So then starting on August 30th is when we jump into kind of our real content. So I wanted to show you for every Nearpod starting on the 30th, I have guided notes for you. So these guided notes are in Google Docs, but if you prefer a Word doc, you can always download it as a Word document. These guided notes are what you're going to use to follow along to the Nearpods. I highly, highly recommend using these. Students who got A's in my classes previously, they say the reason they did is because they actually used the guided notes and used them as a study guide for those comprehension assessments. So when I'm writing the comprehension assessments, I have these guided notes in front of me, so I know kind of what to test you on. So highly recommend using those. And then BioBeyond looks something like this. So one of your first BioBeyond assignments is to complete this scientific reasoning after you've done your Getting Started module. So when you load it, it's going to look something like this. So down at the bottom, you can see the navigation for all of the units. So the first unit is Biology Boot Camp. This one is in your Getting Started module, but the first kind of real one is this Scientific Reasoning. So that's how you're going to navigate through BioBeyond. You'll always just reference the assignment page. So at the top, it tells you which unit and which assignment that you need to do. So you'll just navigate to the other units and find the assignments that you need to do. And so that's pretty much the layout of the course. Again, we will have some discussions and at-home labs. They're pretty straightforward. The discussions are where we really get to talk about some controversial topics in this class, such as religion and evolution is kind of our first discussion. So in these discussion boards, I strongly recommend that you voice your opinion. All opinions are valued in this class. Even if you think they're going to differ from the rest of the class, it's okay to voice it. But it is also equally important that you remain respectful. So recognize that not everyone's going to have the same views as you, and that's okay. You don't need to attack people, though. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen and then open it up to see if you have any questions for me. And feel free to use the chat function if you would like to type in your question. Oh, I just remembered one other thing about class meetings and office hours. So I'm going to share my screen one more time. So I will be sending out an announcement later this week for you to tell me what times you're available during the week. So I recognize that you're not going to be able to meet live every week, and that's okay. So I will be hosting probably 2 to 3 different options for you to log into a live meeting. They're 30 minutes, and they're basically just a review of the most difficult concepts from the week before. So giving you a new way of thinking about them. Think of them like review sessions. If you can't attend any of the options, I will be recording the meeting and then posting it as an announcement for you to view on your own time. But I also have office hours. And these office hours are one-on-one time. So if you're confused about something in the Nearpod, you're just not getting it, navigate to Cisco WebEx, select office hours, and then here are my available times. So you can just select a time and schedule a meeting, and I'll confirm, and we can meet one-on-one. Okay, and then I saw a question in the chat. The labs we'll be doing at home, can you explain a little bit more about what these will look like, please? Yes, I'd be happy to. So I'll go back to sharing my screen. I really should just keep that up. So I'll show you one of the first lab activities. Most of what these lab activities are going to encompass is you'll be watching a video and then answering some questions. You don't have to like buy anything from the grocery store, nothing like that. Or you'll be like watching a virtual simulation and answering some questions. So in the first one, you'll be watching a video about elephants in Africa. And you're basically just going to type in your responses. It's called a fillable PDF, so you don't have to do anything. You can type in your responses. When you're all done, you'll save it and upload it to Canvas. Yeah, most of them are you're doing something virtually where you are engaging with content, but it's nothing like a kit or anything like that. Any other questions? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop recording.